I'll wait to see your golden smile, feel of 1,000 kisses.
Merhaba arkadaşlar. Hello friends. In this episode, we're sailing from the town of Kaş in southwestern Turkey to an incredible anchorage off an uninhabited island called Gemiler Adası, which is about 40 nautical miles north of Kaş. The island is just south of the towns of Göcek and Fethiye, which are very popular destinations in an area nicknamed the Turkish Riviera. We drove there a few weeks ago, so if you're interested, you can see that footage in episode 102 that's titled The Best of the Turkish Riviera. I know, Daddy's making noises, waking you up and getting you all stressed out.
If we want to go downwind, do we move our thing forward or backwards? You remember?
Let me think. Amy and David from a YouTube channel called Out Chasing Stars made this graphic to help understand what Donovan and I are talking about. And it just so happens they also have a fountain Pajohilia. In order to get the most speed while sailing, you're going to want to position your sails or trim them so they will be the most effective when hit by the wind coming from different angles. This chart they have on their website, which I'll link in the description below, breaks it all down in case you're interested in learning about it. We're sailing with the wind coming up from behind, or downwind sailing. So we want our little Genoa car to be as far forward as possible, and we want the sail to open up so there's more surface for the wind coming from behind to fill the sail. He's gonna move it forward a little bit so that we can see if we can fill the sail a little bit more.
Yeah. Let some of it out just a little. Keep it on there though. Right here. Yeah, his is flopping too.
The wind's not very strong. Alright, we got our Genoa out. We're going 5 knots. We're going 5.9, 6.5, 6.6 knots. True wind is at 20. It was 22 just a second ago, so we're going to reef a little bit. Just wanted to show that we don't have the engines on. Apparently we're just better at sailing. Here's how we have our sail set up if you guys want to copy off of us. So the plan is that this is a little island, this rock right here, St. Nicholas Island, and we're going to find a place behind it because the wind's coming to our stern and going north. Roman said,
Down here one time.
there's their mast right there, and he said it's a lot calmer in there, so he's looking for a place to stern tie. We're gonna get to stern tie on our own for the first time. Woo-hoo! In the Mediterranean, you're going to find thousands of incredible anchorages to tie back to. It's often referred to as anchoring with the lines ashore or med mooring. Regardless, this means you're going to drop your anchor to secure the bow of the boat, and you're then going to take lines at the rear of your boat and secure them to a fixed point ashore. So it can be a tree, a rock, a seawall, like in a town quay, several different things. This type of mooring or anchoring is popular and beneficial because it allows more boats to fit into a smaller area. When we arrived to our anchorage, we waited for our buddy boat to tie back and get settled in. So in the meantime, we checked the depth in the area so as to figure out how much chain we'd need to let out to touch the bottom and begin to back up towards the rock shore. We then looked for good rocks to tie back to by using our binoculars.
That's really nice of the guy on the dinghy to help out. I thought that was Roman sitting in his own dinghy.
We also checked the wind direction so we would know which line to tie to a rock first. Obviously, this is something that we're going to need to practice a lot of, so we can do it on our own. But today, we're lucky enough to have some help. When we first arrived, a kind man on a nearby boat got into his dinghy and helped our buddy boat by grabbing their lines for them and taking them to shore. This allowed Allie to remain at the helm, concentrating on keeping their boat straight back, and Roman to get anchor and chain set the way that they wanted it. He then popped into his dinghy and came over to our boat to help us tie back.
We hit something. There's a rock that hit some part of the boat, so we're gonna have to dive in and see what we hit. I hope it wasn't our propeller, but I have a feeling it was. I'm trying not to get any closer to shore at all.
It is really important to check what's underneath your boat at all times, not just when you drop your anchor. We looked, but unfortunately not well enough, because as I backed up towards the rocks, we missed one huge flat rock, like a rock shelf, directly beneath the boat, and we touched bottom. At this point, we're not really sure whether we hit our hull, our rudder, our props, not really sure, but something definitely hit.
Take up the slack.
Once we were tied back and we had a chance to regroup and catch our breath, we noticed that the back of the boat was really, really close to that huge flat shelf rock thing. So while it seemed to be okay at that particular moment in time, we just didn't know how much stronger the wind or the swell was going to get later on, and we didn't want to take any chances. So we invited Allie and Roman to also take a look and give us their opinions, and we all decided that it would be best to untie our lines, pick up our chain and our anchor, and start all over again. It was great practice for us, and the second time around we ended up a few meters farther away from the rocks, so we could sleep pretty easy that night, knowing that we weren't going to go any further back and potentially hit any rocks again. It's important for the person who's handling the lines to be in good shape, agile, and able to tie certain knots without thinking about how to tie them. You just kind of have to know how to do it without having to even concentrate on it. And all of that takes a lot of practice. We are tied back. And the anchor's down. So hopefully we'll stay put. Oh my god, that's so beautiful.
Whatever.
He hadn't said anything.
Oh, it's looking like a pretty sunset. We're feeling how cold the water is because my husband, it's freaking cold. We gotta go down and look and see if the keel has any damage. Remember, the outdoor is your area, the indoor is mine.
You're wet? Good, how about yourself?
In the water? Husband chores. There we are back there. We came to shore so that we could walk Zoe a little bit on the beach. Hmm? Now that we're stern-tied here in St. Nicholas Island, we're going to explore the ancient churches of the hill. So make sure you stay tuned for our next episode.